You might wonder what happens when you ask our entire Discord to play in a cash out match. Well, it kind of looks something like this.
Minigun coming out of Utopian onto Shaka the Baka. Everybody in this lobby from every single team is currently down somebody, Cody. It is a complete toss-up on who will get this box here. Wade Fauster does get the winch onto Eddie, but Eddie with that flamethrower, the afterburn, doing enough to pick up Wade Fauster there to wipe them.
We hosted the first ever TFC Tuesday Night PUGs, featuring our entire Discord, and it could feature you too. Come check it out every Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST, casted by yours truly and the fella himself, and maybe even some special potential guests in the future. Link down in the description. Anyways, Sam and I have always wanted to run PUGs, and now that we're casting, it's kind of the perfect time. Here's a highlight of all the best moments from the night, and I promise you won't want to miss it next week. Anyways, let's jump in.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Sam, what is your favorite thing about this map? It's the pugs. We gotta get talking. What do you love about Fortune Stadium?
So watching this map at the high level, you know, I mentioned it this past week when we were casting Luck Cup, which if you haven't seen the VOD, you know, definitely check that out. But one of the things that I love is that people have started to learn how to manipulate spawns on this map. Good job already of setting up goo and blocking out the live wires led by Utopian there on the sledge. In the stairwell, the goo wall does get taken down. Jumping on board Navy Street now on the Deagles RPG zone C4. Starting to pop some shots into that stairwell, but none really going to connect just yet. Jog was in critical health, but did go ahead and drop down as well, and he's full regen as the fight has reset, Cody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Navy Street's in a really good spot here. He has the height. He has good angles with the Deagles. And you know what he says? What? I don't like the height. I'm going to drop down, and I'm going to get into the thick of it. And he's already pushing in, getting some good damage onto Utopian. Jog able to get the health up, though.
And maybe make something happen here with that.
Takes down Navy Street.
Find one. That's from Cash Out, Crash Out, as they were a triple melee team. He's been taking lessons. I've played with him directly, and I know he can make some magic happen on this sledge, Cody.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. I mean, man, those melee boys are scary. They're scary to see, and Utopian is taking some time to reset, get his team up, you know, go into the next fight, you know, fully prepared and ready to go. And the Boundless are setting up the cash box, so we're going to head over to them. Let's see what they're doing. They probably have a lot of util to use. We got light, medium, and heavy, which is the usual, and the live wires are running the heavy medium, Sam. So, you know, even though we're seeing a lot of double heavy, we're still seeing the light, medium, heavy trying to take it home.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually surprised to see the double heavy medium coming out here, and not to like take a dig at the community or anything, but you know, like I said, we see a wide range of skill. However, I will say Utopian next, who is Baby Metal fan, and also Jog are actually relatively around the same rank, I realize. So maybe it does make a little more sense. You know, I'm just surprised by it. But flip attempt coming in now out of Jog onto Cash Out A here. Nice defense out of the double heavies. The flip does come through in favor of the live wires. Baby Metal picking up Navy Street as Kai trades out Utopian. 2v2 situation is next.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, already some great shots coming out from Tech Ninja with the F-Car. Ton of damage, but it's really tough because they're already down one, and he's running right into the middle of the team. There's three of them. Throws down the goo, tried to rock off the angle, but it's not enough. I think he cut himself off from Kai. Not really a great spot. We still have 3 seconds left on the coin from Navy Street, and down goes Tech Ninja by the hands of Baby Metal with the shack, Sam.
Jog, though, down to half health. This is tradable, but Navy Street fighting for his life as well as he goes down to Jog. Jog absolutely frying this lobby, Cody.
Absolutely. I mean, taking a look at the scoreboard, we got 2 kills from Baby Metal and 4 kills from Jog. I mean, you can say it. I mean, yeah, you're right. Jog is kind of cleaning up the lobby right now.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Cody. And like you said, double heavy, we've seen how oppressive it is, especially in final round. I expect to see a lot of it this evening, honestly, and in pro play as things are ramping up here in the finals 2026 season. Live wires, though, going to go ahead and move the box here onto C inside Izzle. This is obviously one of the strongest power positions in the game. You can open up the wall and control these triangle pads. We already see Kai separated from the team. I'm not quite sure where his other 2 teammates are. It looks like they're coming up on a flank there on the backside. Here comes Jog, though, looking like he might chow. That does not. Utopian winch goes out, does not connect here, but the rest of the live wire is going to chow onto the Boundless here. Utopian finally closing the gap onto Tech Ninja, does find one there. Navy Street down to half health as well, as Utopian's going to try to clean that out, but next going to take care of that for him, and Jog finally landed that shot into Kai for a wipe on the Boundless in favor of the live wires. The mix, however, at Luck Cup was the opposite. We actually didn't see it, I think, at all the entire day, which was pretty incredible. And we also saw, again, the double heavy Reigning Supreme as Utopian does pick up Tech Ninja there. Nice pick early on in this fight, and time is dwindling down on this cash out, Cody, as damage is ringing out. Jog in lethal condition, though, as Navy Street cannot find that last shot onto him. Baby Metal picking him up there. Kai, last one remaining on the Boundless, and this looks like dire straits if you're the Boundless, Cody.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, Kai just isn't able to hold it out because Jog hits the nice shots with the CB01 repeater. And unfortunately, the live wires are taking it home for the first game of TFC Tuesday PUGs, Sam.
Yep, absolutely. A great start to the evening. A fun one to watch.
Also really excited to see this match going, like you said, into Bernal. Sunny, apparently around 2 p.m. I didn't know we had a time on that.
Wait, hold on.
I didn't know. Apparently it's 2 p.m. though. Not too sure what time zone that is, but on the side of the Boundless, it is B-Murph, Agent Penguin, and Mango, and the live wires, Navy Street, Ebby TV, and Mighty G. Already we're seeing, I think, double heavy light from the side of, no, I was wrong. So, you know, I will say sometimes those mediums look a little heavy.
They do.
Okay?
No, you're totally right.
Do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jumping on board with Beamer, very capable player. You know, very excited to see him. I know he just joined the server, was in our chat just a moment ago, so I'm excited to see him jump on board. Obviously participates in Ape Squad Pug events, which if you guys like pugs and you want more opportunities, those happen on Sunday nights over in the Ape Squad server, discord.gg/ApeSquad.
We're trying to commandeer the whole week. That's what we're trying to do. Every week there's going to be pug, or every day, sorry.
Yeah.
Already the live wires are now spawning in and looking to make an approach, and we're seeing the CL40 with a zip line, which is certainly a choice, Sam. And already Ebby is going right into it, hits the jump pad, trying to get an angle on Agent Penguin, getting a ton of damage out to B-Murph, incredibly low, but down goes Ebby. B-Murph still really low, the H+ coming out. Navy Street trying to push up with the mesh, trying to take some space, getting the heal beam out, and Mighty G is taking a ton of damage, trying to keep that heavy in the field. And B-Murph is coming in, hits the RPG, gets a ton of damage, down goes Navy Street by the hands of Mango with the revolver, and it is now just Ebby holding it out for the live wires with an incredible angle, able to get a pick on Agent, able to get a pick on Mango, and it's just B-Murph, and the turret takes him out!
Rocket in, turret!
The hidden fourth teammate! What are we watching? Oh my gosh! The live wires are spawning a little bit closer than the Boundless. This is now a race to the box, and that double movement that Ebby is running is exactly what he needs, but he falls down. Someone needs to try to steal. Navy Street throws out the dome. A ton of damage is going out onto B-Murph, onto Ebby. Sam, take it from here.
Yeah, it is an absolute mad dash for this cash out, as we know there's not much time remaining here. Agent Penguin taking a ton of damage, though, and have to wait for the region. That kind of takes him out of the fight. Steel attempt started to come in out of the live wires there, but Merv picking up Ebby. I'm not sure if that's who was going for the steal, but it does look like gas is deployed as well. I know Ebby's running that gas mine with the CL40. It's a good combo, but on attack, it can really put you in a bad position, as we think we just saw.
Navy Street trying to go for the res. The turret there might try to get a pick themselves. The live wires already looking good. Fully reset. It is a 3v2. The Boundless, I think, opting to wait for, no, never mind. They went for the defib by Mango, and that is the moves. The thing is the Boundless have a pretty good position here. Ebby as well with the turret and the CL40 putting out a ton of damage onto B-Murph, having to use the heal beam and the H+ just to get him up to full. But the problem is Ebby is really, really far from his team, and it looks like the Boundless are looking to take advantage of that, trying to get some sort of gate, and not too sure what happened. It looks like it got thrown in the air. They opt for the pad instead, and Ebby's already moved around, and the live wires have come to support. Ton of damage coming out. Down goes Mighty G by the hands of B-Murph with the shack, and the Boundless are looking great. The live wires do not have a ton of health to play around here, and they're already down one, but the vault hasn't even been touched yet. So I guess we always say it, and I'll say it again, Sam. This match and this fight are not done yet, and it hasn't even really started because the fight doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right, Cody. And honestly, nice movement there out of the live wires to reposition there on top of Propane. That's a very strong power position on this map. And so is this little tower here on top of 10. Overall, I would say live wires positioning have been fantastic, especially with Ebby here on the double movement on the medium with that CL40. Positioning is going to be key because if he gets collapsed on, he might actually take himself out with that self-splash damage. But people like Agent Penguin on the light, for example, need to be careful about closing that gap, right? Because they can just be deleted off the map well before Ebby takes himself out.
Navy Street already taking a ton of damage. Ebby looks to be setting down the jump pad, trying to get an angle. It's kind of funny because Ebby's kind of treating himself as the RPG heavy, and the Boundless is coming in, throwing down an explosive mine or a gas mine. That looks to be that's the case, and a ton of damage is still coming out from both angles. Down goes Ebby by the hands of B-Murph, and it is a 3v2 Boundless versus the live wires, and the Boundless are already going for a good spot here, using that platform to kind of get the cash box nice and high up, which will be incredibly hard for the live wires to get any sort of angle on because they are running the CL40 and the heavy with the the RPG, it's going to be tough to get that angle, to get that height. Bernal is incredibly flat, so even when you have a little bit of verticality, it goes a long way. And already we're starting to see it. The Livewire is trying to get any sort of height that they can get, trying to get some damage out. Mango's taking a little bit, but it's not really capitalizing in a whole lot. The Livewire is opting to just kind of pick out, just kind of, you know, chill with the fight here and kind of take their time to get some sort of play. They do have a lot of bursts, so something might come to fruition. The M11, though, from long range, I'm not too sure if that's the plan. The zip is coming in. Ebby trying to break the distance, already getting some good damage onto Agent Penguin here. Tries to throw the gas onto the box to maybe prevent some sort of steal, but they are lowering the platform, and already this is getting very interesting.
No, you're absolutely right, Cody. And I was thinking the same thing. You know, Agent Penguin doing a good job at getting some chip damage in with that M11. Obviously, pretty far range to be trying to get a kill, but it is going to be some damage coming out, which is, you know, very much the point. But B-Murph, Agent Penguin, and Mango all taking damage here. B-Murph, though, getting the pick onto Ebby, who had that CL40. It looks like he was going to actually maybe get a triple there. Mighty G, though, shooting B-Murph in the back, and somehow the Boundless have rotated out of this, and the heals are coming in onto the B-Murph, flipping the fight around onto Navy Stream. Mighty G, the last one remaining on the Livewire's Boundless, looking to close this thing out with the pick on a Mighty G, and they're going to take this match, Cody.
Yeah, absolutely. The Boundless just absolutely showing no bounds to how well they can play final round. The Livewires, as good as they played, was just not enough, and the Boundless take it home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TFC Tuesday Pug Night. I'm Sam, that's Cody from the Final Central, and we've got a switch up on our hands. We've been watching Final Round all night. That's kind of what we thought we'd see, you know. Starting our first Pug Day back, we weren't sure we were going to have that many people interested in playing, and we do. And in fact, we got asked by a lot of people if they could run a cash out. So they have managed to scrounge up 12 players to join the queue. Teams are being decided right now. And overall, yeah, it's going to be, it looks like they've actually voted for captains, which is going to be interesting. I have the feeling, Cody, the Dojo of Foul are trying to run it together. I have the feeling that's why we're seeing a vote for captains here. You know what? Actually, I'll go ahead and pull it up here on the stream so people can see in real time what this looks like, because we've been talking about it. But why don't we just show you currently? And basically,
yeah, we're casting the votes.
Yeah.
May Oscar bless this match. I don't know if he's here to save you.
He's asleep.
I don't know. Dead Go Boom could be fun.
Cody, last match of the game, or the night, I guess. What are we looking for, man?
I think you caught me at a very Chinese time in my life. That's about it. That's all I can say.
All right. Well, loading into, I don't really know if we would call it Chinese, Sister Rise. But this is going to be an interesting one. We did turn game show events on per request of the crowd in the lobby. Okay, it was ranked rule set. Yep. Now it's not. That means people also are going to be able to change their classes up.
I have to say too, now that Tetra's here, we kind of got to pull out our books for the last match going into Sister Horizon. Like Sam said, any game show, it really could be up for debate. I'm really hoping for low grab because I think it'd be very fun, and we're already seeing Utopian kind of struggle to see what they want to run, but we do see the CL40. I see a lot of heavy Sam. I see the 2 lights and a medium. There are some interesting approaches, and we are going in hot into Sister Horizon. Start it for us.
Yeah, we are jumping in. And I will say, interesting choice. I saw Utopian for a second there think about the dual blades, and I have the feeling he was worried about the 2 Dojo of Foul fellas probably being on Sledgehammer, you know. But actually, they are all split up. Every single Dojo of Foul player is on a different team. We see Wave Foul over on the side of the Big Splash. We got Wade Faustus on the side of the Kingfish. And we got Wade Fauster on the side of the Livewire. Speaking of which, Wade Faustus finding a pick onto Fate Changer. We're going to jump on board with Evie now to see what he can make happen here. Nice shots on that ARN landing onto Baby Metal, but does get traded out by Rocks.
Oh, we went too far.
We do switch over, though, and now we're back onto Rocks Clips as a res is starting to come in onto Utopian. And it does look like the Boundless are going to control Vault 2 here, Cody.
All weird here. I'm sorry. I'm Tetra's here and I'm nervous. Anyways, regardless, we are jumping in with the Boundless, and the Big Splash are duking it out for control of this box. Already, damage is coming in. It looks like we got a gateway ready for reset if need be, and Wayfowl is taking a lot of damage. So is Jog. Down goes Evie by the hands of Baby Metal with the Shack, and more damage is coming in. That sword is looking detrimental from Wayfowl. Already very scary. It looks like they have a gateway to reset. maybe try to get Ebby up, not too sure, but the Boundless are looking in a good position here, starting to move the vault over, maybe trying to get a plug here, and the Big Splash are now up and ready to go, ready to fight the Boundless on their way over to A. The question is, how far behind them are they? And it looks like Ebby is right above, already getting shots, but Rock says no thank you with the M11 and takes him down almost instantaneously. Down goes Baby Metal, though, by the hands of Jog with the CV01 repeater, and this is already looking to be a good fight. The defib comes out. It is Wei Fao and Jog up against the 3 Boundless, and it is not enough because down goes Jog, down goes Wei Fao, and the Boundless have control of this box, Sam.
See how they can hold it where position does actually benefit the Big Splash, but they've got to move with urgency, and it looks like Ebby actually died early. I'm not even sure to who, but we're going to jump on board with Jog now to see what he can make happen with his repeater. He has been pretty solid with it all night. Might have a little bit of nerves knowing that he's on camera. Jog, hit a shot, brother. Come on now. We see the third party coming in out of the live wires. Now steal attempts coming in out of Wei Fauster there in the bottom left of your screen. But he's going to take a ton of damage to Rock Clips. Utopian's going to pick up Fate Changer. Utopia finding another one with that Steel 40 onto Wei Fao. Meanwhile, Wei Fao also trading out with Rock's Clips. Utopian going absolutely massive here as Neo down to 1 HP. If he falls into the sightline of that CL40, he could go down. But instead, actually, Ebby is going to find him with that arrow. And it feels like everybody in the lobby is here right now. We're seeing a ton of damage now come in as the steal attempt is blocked. Wait, Faustus does get a pick onto Baby Metal. We see the emote out of Utopian, but it does cause him to wind up wiping instead.
Spot. Not a good spot, though, for the live wire, Sam, with 0 cash to their name. They're broke and they are struggling. They might need to start panhandling on the streets of Sis Horizon. But regardless, already getting into it with the Kingfish because the Boundless are right behind them. Utopian with the CL40 just raining down damage. Agent Penguin incredibly low. Not in a too good of a spot, but he is a light so he can dash away and get into a better position. And the Boundless are doing exactly that, Sam. They're also maneuvering around, and it looks like the live wire's Fate Changer is not too far behind. The CL40 from Utopian continues just to absolutely rain in damage, and he's looking to get some more. They're trying to go for the res, and they're stuck in a corner, which is not where you want to be with the CL40. Down goes Agent Penguin. It is just Wei Faustus, and it's not good. He tries to get away. The lock bolt keeping him down, and the Kingfish is... there it is. There's the emote again.
I love it. I love it out of him. Utopia doing a great job with positioning here on that CL40. Like you said, Cody, he did sneak up behind there and find quite a few picks, pinning them into the wall there. Agent Penguin going down, unfortunately, to him. Steal attempt now coming in out of Baby Metal Fan, also known as Nex in our Discord. The flip does come in favor of the Boundless. Now they're going to rotate out, maybe try to hit a rotate here. Rock's Clips, though, I don't know if he has a gateway set or any way for them to get stuck. So it could be the Boundless, Cody, actually getting stuck in that position. But breaking out back over here on Cash Out D, we saw Wei Faustus picking up somebody on the live wires. That means 3 teams are here. Wei Fauster getting the res onto Fate Changer, bringing them back up to full strength. Kingfish, though, taking quite a bit of damage, and this is working out great if you're the Boundless currently, as you do have the height advantage, it looks like, on all of these teams, especially when you have that CL40 in your hands. And
maybe try to get a little bit closer for the steal, and it's exactly what they're trying to do. Wei Faustus trying to hold it out, but it's not enough. Down goes Wei Faustus. Down goes a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I just reading wrong? No, I'm sorry. They got a pick on Neo, and they're going for the steal. They're in a good spot. Someone tries to interrupt, but it's not enough because the sledge right click is too much to handle. It's just Wei Faustus holding it out for the Kingfish, and they are in a great spot here, Sam. 22K on the board, but a hell of a lot under the Boundless because they are sitting at a nice 34K.
Yeah, Boundless doing an incredible job of controlling that cash out, reading the third party, repositioning and holding that high ground, letting Utopian enable the team with that CL40. Rock's Clips, of course, doing a great job as well at cleaning a lot of that up with that ARN. I mean, overall, just incredible gameplay out of them.
Yep, absolutely. Already jumping in with Rocks, looking for a gateway, maybe to get some sort of angle. Throws down the Vanish, but immediately gets interrupted because all of the Big Splash is just kind of really being on top of their game. But do they notice the rest of the Boundless going under them? That is the question. It looks like Rocks is trying to get up with his team. Maybe he wasn't too familiar with what was going on. It is now just Rocks because Jog absolutely popping off with the CB01 repeater. The gate comes out, trying to get a res. Maybe he's going to hold it. not too sure. It looks like no one chased him. He's a little scared. Rox trying to get this res out, and it looks like the big splash is going to let him have it, because you know what? We need this box. We're not going to chase it. We're smart. We're not going to give in to the aggression that we love so much, and Rox just struggling to really get any sort of angle here. If I were them, I would probably just run away. Maybe GG's go next, but there's only 30 seconds, Sam. There's not a ton of time to do much of anything at all. The Boundless just in such a good spot here. 34K, they can do just about anything as long as they're influencing the match to their, I mean, whatever they want it to be, whoever they want to succeed, it is up to them. And already Rox is starting to get that damage in with the M11. Sam, what is going to happen next with 10 seconds on the clock?
Boundless did a great job with a heads-up play of looking at the clock and realizing there wasn't much time and they needed to interrupt this plug, and sure enough, it works out in their favor. There's nothing that can be done, right? They just went ahead and collapsed onto them and closed out the last 20 seconds, forced to fight. No plug happens. GG's Boundless, take it home.
And that was our very first TFC Tuesday Night PUGs. It was so much fun. Sam and I literally love doing this, and we're going to do it every Tuesday. If you like the PUGs content, drop a like and hit the subscribe button so you can keep up to date on our weekly uploads. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the finals.